Water is an abundant natural resource in Columbia County. Our employees take great pride in providing our citizens with safe, clean drinking water and protecting our environment by treating our community's spent water before returning it to county creeks and rivers. The goal is to return water to the river cleaner than it was when we withdrew it. You may remember the water cycle from your science class. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and percolation. Here in Columbia County, we have our own water cycle. Pumping water from the river, treating river water to drinking water standards, distributing water to homes and businesses, collecting and conveying sewage to the wastewater treatment plant, treating wastewater to regulatory environmental standards, and returning treated water back to the source. Let's take a deeper dive into the components of the Columbia County water cycle. The first step in the Columbia County water cycle is pumping water from the source. Columbia County's main raw water pumping station is located on the Savannah River, just upstream of the Dominion Energy Dam. The county is permitted to pump up to 45.9 million gallons of water per day from the river to the Jim Blanchard Water Treatment Plant. As it's pumped to the plant, potassium permanganate is added to oxidize the manganese naturally present in the river water. The goal of water treatment is to produce potable water by removing biological, chemical, and physical contaminants from the river water. Once it reaches the water treatment plant, a coagulant is added to the river water to aid in the removal of these contaminants. In the flocculation basin, water is slowly mixed with the coagulant to disperse it. From the flocculation basin, water enters the sedimentation basin, where the suspended matter settles out. The clear water is filtered to remove any remaining particulate matter. Filters are backwashed periodically to remove accumulated debris. The removed solids are sent to holding ponds prior to ultimate disposal. Following filtration, the treated water is disinfected using sodium hypochlorite. Final chemical addition consists of adding lime for pH control, phosphate to sequester dissolved iron and manganese, and fluoride to promote healthy teeth. The treated water from the plant is then pumped into the distribution system. The distribution system consists of over 900 miles of water mains, hydrants, booster pumping stations, ground-level storage tanks, and elevated tanks. The elevated tanks are the most visible component of the water system. The booster pumping stations pump water into the various storage tanks. From the storage tanks, the treated water flows to homes and businesses as a result of the water pressure in the system. As water is used by our citizens, it acquires a variety of physical, chemical, and biological pollutants. This wastewater is collected from homes and businesses and pumped to the wastewater treatment plant. The sewer system consists of manholes, sewer mains, lift stations, and force mains. Sewer mains are designed to use gravity to move the water. Sewage flows downhill. Eventually, it reaches the bottom of the hill. Sewer lift stations are strategically placed to pump water to the top of the next hill. The last lift station in the line pumps the water to the wastewater treatment plant. Challenges in the collection system include inflow, infiltration, and fats, oil, and grease, known as fog. Fog can cause major clogging issues in domestic sewer systems, which can result in sewer overflows if left untreated. The goal of wastewater treatment is to protect the environment by removing pollutants from the wastewater before returning it to the waterway. The first step in wastewater treatment is removing large items like rags and toys from the waste stream. And yes, children flush toys. Next, smaller inorganic material like sand, dirt, and eggshells is taken out by a grit removal system. Following the removal of the inorganic pollutants, water flows to an aeration basin where a biological process that utilizes aeration and mixing is employed to biodegrade organic material. From the aeration basin, water settles in a clarifier to separate the biosolids from the treated water. The biosolids are removed from the clarifier, stabilized, dewatered, and used as fertilizer on fields that grow hay for erosion and sediment control. The treated water is filtered, disinfected with ultraviolet light, and returned to the waterway. The last step in the Columbia County water cycle is returning the treated water back to the source. Our treated water is typically cleaner than the water in the creek. We hope you've enjoyed our journey through the Columbia County water cycle. Our employees are excited to be able to serve the community by protecting the public health and the environment. Our mission is to provide safe and affordable water to our citizens. Safe drinking water and effective sewer systems grow strong and vibrant communities.